Two of Project 1%. We ended the last week green, and no trades today yet, but I'll keep you guys updated through the week. So, obviously, you guys saw the title of today's video, but yeah, obviously, I'll post this one a little bit later because I wanted to go like highly in depth in this one today. So, yeah, that's what we're gonna be covering. So, to begin, I think that especially for traders, right, managing how you balance your money, your trading profits, and then how you allocate that can be very important, and it's very because of the nature of trading as a profession. Obviously you need to handle that money differently. So today I'm going to be going over my plan for not only this month but just going forward, and then how I want to continue to address it. So I'll probably bring this up later, just because even now, even though I'm making a video on it, uh, it's not 100% fleshed out. But I did take some time today to actually go over that overall system. So first and foremost, right, you should have two main banking accounts, and like I think that it's important. So like a checking account and savings account, right? Regardless of how you have them, you just want to have that mental split, and then you want to have it for two different purposes. So your checking account is for high liquidity, so you need to be able to access some amount of money within that same day. So you can't have it t plus one, you can't have it whatever. You want to have highly liquid, like instantly liquid cash that you have in your checking account. That's what that is for. So that's I already have that. And a savings account, you want to be getting yield on that, and then that is something that you want to just have idle cash that you don't want to invest, that you don't want to do anything with. So any idle cash, right? Maybe with being a trader, you might want it to be over 10%, so 10 to 20 to possibly even 25% of your net worth in cash, depending on obviously market conditions, depending on what you need it for. But anything saving, you want to be keeping that generally in a high yield account. So anywhere from 3 to 5% on that idle cash. Okay, so now that that's covered, right? And I've been, trying to refine that system a little bit more, but I feel like I'm at a pretty comfortable place right now. So, obviously, if you guys want more insight on that, leave a comment. But yeah, that's my current system, and then that's what I would recommend you guys do first and foremost. And then, secondly, right, I think a majority of my net worth is in like stocks right now, and I don't advocate putting all your eggs in one basket, but like do different like disperse your like net worth between different assets and asset classes. So most of mine is in stocks, right? I mean, I trade it. Like that's the nice thing about being a trader. Like it's as much as people want to say that we don't understand the markets. You interact with the markets on such a daily basis, and you understand how the markets move. So so well, just because of how often you're interacting with them. You can I invest in mostly tech stocks just because I trade the Nasdaq. Like I have to interact with these tech stocks on a daily basis, so I understand them the best. So most of my net worth is in Nasdaq 100 companies, and then a smaller percentage of it is in cryptocurrency. I have some in no like alternative investment assets, so like no private equity, no real estate, no nothing like that. But yeah, that's where I keep most of mine. And then obviously you want to be taking advantage of tax advantaged accounts. So whether that's like an IRA here or TFSA in Canada or a T something in like Europe, but yeah, you want to be taking any tax advantages you can. You want to be getting those. So all right, we covered that. And then as a trader, right, it is very, 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 very important that you understand taxes, because a lot of people get funded and they'll take a payout, and then taxes roll around and they have no clue what they're doing. So like I know a lot of us have like worked normal jobs before, so like we understand a little bit, but like filing 4 times a year is just completely different. So make sure you either educate yourself on tax laws and how you pay taxes and how taxes work, or you just get a CPA to do your taxes for you. So what have we covered? We covered your banking structure, your investment structure, and your taxes. So you want to be putting your taxes aside. You can just leave them in a savings account, but you can also leave them in like, you know, bonds, CDs, whatever, just to get that, you know, small yield on that like uninvested cash, because you need to leave it aside to pay taxes at the end of the year. So, all right, I wanted to that's it. So that's basically that is how I'm going to be going into this week, just refining my systems. So whenever whenever that payout comes, I'll be going more into that, just like you know how I manage the taxes aspect, how what I'm gonna you know divide it between. But yes, today's video. Uh, I will be keeping you guys updated the whole week, and that's really it for me. I don't really have much else to say. Yeah, I mean, I've been, I feel like I've been kind of updating you guys on Instagram just with like my systems right now. But yeah, so I'll leave it there. See you guys tomorrow. I'll let you guys know if I take any trades, but yeah, it's gonna be it.